we want to take you up north to Broward in Fort Lauderdale-Hollywood International Airport. We have Greg Meyer, the spokesperson, on the phone. Are you with us, Mr. Meyer?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. Can you give us a little update on what's going on, when operations are going to resume?
That's the million-dollar question right now. We do not know what time or day we're going to open yet. Right now we have a damage assessment team going through the inside of the terminals. We can't evaluate the external portion until the winds subside and we're able to get out there and safely review and evaluate the condition of the runways, the taxiways, and the outside of our building. We also have air traffic control concerns. We have to make sure the tower's in good shape, and also our fencing system around the airport. So we have a lot of work ahead of us. We're optimistic that we can open soon, like our partners to the south, but right now we're just not ready to commit to the exact day or time when we're going to open. There's also a curfew underway in Broward County, and we have to be able to make sure that it's safe for our employees to come out to the airport to do what they need to do in preparation for the arrival of passengers. It
is a huge job for sure, and I think it's good that you're just being honest with people and telling them you can't give them a commitment, you can't give them a date right now because you don't want to disappoint anyone, and who knows what lies ahead in terms of getting the airport ready to resume operations.
Exactly, and we don't want people coming out to the terminals if we don't have the aircraft or we don't have the accommodations for them. You know, if our air conditioning's not working properly, or if you know, things just aren't in shape yet. We know we had some flooding damage. We know we have roof leaks. We know for sure that we had some of the air conditioning units impacted. We're trying to work on that now. But again, it's still very, very windy. We want the safety is our priority right now for our employees. We've had people that have been battened down at the airport throughout this entire storm in the Emergency Operations Center, as well as throughout the structures there in safe areas. But still, they're doing what they need to do, and we'll make sure we announce when we're able to operate, but we're just not ready to commit yet.
Greg, when we spoke with your counterpart at MIA, Mr. Chin, he told us that there was some water damage that had hit one of the terminals there. I don't know if you are at the airport right now, if you have been at the airport right now, but is it too soon to know if there's been any kind of structural damage or any kind of water damage that might affect the reopening?
We do have water damage inside. We do have some roof leaks. As I said, we have the airport director and the director of operations, several people, a team, walking through the structure inside right now. And they just gave me an update about 15, 20 minutes ago telling me that they did have a little bit of water damage, but we are not seeing broken windows or major things from the inside yet. But there's a huge infrastructure for the airport. As you know, we have runway lighting systems. We have taxiways, we have jet bridges that were all tied down prior to the arrival of Irma. And all of that stuff has to be undone and assessed and evaluated to make sure it's at 100% operation. We have all kinds of ground safety equipment that was taken off the airfield and put in the parking garage area. And that all has to be brought back out prior to the arrival of the aircraft in order for them to be received. So it's a major undertaking. We're ready for the task. We have done this before. We've dealt with this before. And as soon as we're ready to say, hey, we're ready for business, we will make sure that everyone in the world knows.
Can you paint the picture for us over this? Today really was the big day that everyone had been anticipating. All the anxiety was building to today, and that's really when we saw the most action from this system coming in. Can you kind of just go over the last week with us, what was going on with passengers who were stranded, who were stuck here trying to get out, and how you kind of dealt with all that?
Yeah, it was a big undertaking. We were trying to get as many flights out as possible, working with our airline partners and all the stakeholders at the airport. We had daily briefings, teleconferences, as well as inside the terminal. We have a meeting area where those that can attend. If not, the others call in. We had to, you know, we as you know, you were all reporting that our parking structure filled up on Thursday, and we could not accept any more cars, which is very frustrating for us, as well as for people trying to travel. Then, you know, as we closed down the system and the last plane went out at 8:30, I believe it was on you know, we basically had to batten down the hatches, and we started doing it in sequence, tying down the jet bridges, securing everything, making sure everyone could get home in time prior to the arrival of a heavy rain. And then it was sit and wait. You know, our emergency operations center has been running full time. We did have 54 people that showed up at the airport for whatever reason. Their flight was canceled, or they didn't know where to go, or they thought the airport was a shelter, which it is not. and we had to transport them to 3 area shelters. So we had buses standing by. We anticipate that, and we took care of them and made sure they got to a safe area, because, again, the airport is not a shelter. It's not a place that you want to be with all that glass, with a Category 4 or 5 bearing down at us, which is what we were looking at a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
You weren't the only airport complaining about people using it as a shelter either.
Well, let me ask you about that, because when we spoke with Greg Chin at MIA, he told us that they are really hoping that by Tuesday, so the day after tomorrow, that they're going to start to be able to receive flights and to be able to have some flights on a limited schedule depart from MIA. Can you give us any indication? Is that sort of a realistic timetable for Fort Lauderdale-Hollywood? Is that too optimistic a timetable? Even at a limited schedule, when do you think you might be able to get this thing going?
Again, I mean, that would be the ideal situation, but we don't know what we don't know. And that's why we have to send out our damage assessment team tomorrow and see how bad the damage is to the airfield. You know, we have flooding on the west end of our north runway right now. That all has to subside. It can't subside at high tide. So, you know, we have to make sure we're at 100% and we're not ready to commit to a day or time yet. Ideally, we would like to open Tuesday, sure, but we don't know what still needs to be reviewed yet. So I'll come back to you in 12 hours maybe, and give you a day and time, but tonight I'm not ready to do that.
But do you foresee doing a ramp up, starting off on a limited schedule and then adding more flights each day? Is that a realistic possibility?
Yes, ideally that's what will happen. We will ramp up slowly. There will be certain airlines that will come back online first. They're all chomping at the bit to come in. We had, as I said, we have conference calls multiple times a day to address the current situations, and it will be a slow rollout. Just as we wound down, we will wind back up. But I'm not ready to commit to a time yet.
That's fair enough. Can you just talk to us about this year? It's been a really tough year. There was a horrible shooting there. It really had an impact on our whole community. Now we had a hurricane coming our way, a lot of emergency kind of situations that you've had to deal with. This one, at least, you were able to plan for. Obviously, the other one, not so much. But can you just talk to us about any possible lessons that have been learned this year?
We, as an airport and part of Broward County and the Broward County infrastructure, have learned a lot from what we've experienced. We do training. We are constantly training and preparing and trying to anticipate what's coming our way. We do the hurricane thing on a routine basis. The other incidents that we had earlier, for example, the January that you referenced, no one really is prepared for that, despite all of our training, all of our preparations. The hurricane thing is something that we can go through different processes. We have a system in place. You know when it's coming. You have a timeline, all of that. But some of the other things, you really, you do the best that you can. And we have learned a lot as an airport operator. But it's a great experience. Our ultimate goal is the safety of the employees at the airport, as well as the safety of the traveling public. And we do everything within our power to make sure that anyone that comes to that airport is safe and secure.
Greg, there was such a huge evacuation from South Florida. So many people, including my own family, hopped on airplanes to get out of town ahead of the storm, and they're now going to want to be coming back home. They want to see their houses, they want to see their family members, they want to sort of try to get their lives back to normal. And so that process, a lot of it is going to go through the airports here in South Florida, through Miami, through Fort Lauderdale-Hollywood, through West Palm, all of these airports that have to bring South Floridians who left back home. What kind of staff have you got there? What kind of numbers, a number of people are you looking at in terms of being able to sort of harness this effort to get the airport back up and running? Just so people have an idea of how big of a job that is and how prepared you are for it.
Well, the Broward County Aviation Department has over 500 employees, but we have about 16,000 employees that work at the airport in some capacity. We had more than 12,000 cars parked in our garage structure, plus the thousands of others that were dropped off that came in through Uber or Lyft or family and friends that were dropped off. So we have a daunting task ahead of us, as do the airlines. There's a huge communication challenge here to make sure that everyone shows up at the right time, because you don't want people showing up too early. You don't want them to be late. And then we also understand on Tuesday we have 4 cruise ships coming into Port Everglades, and I don't know what Port of Miami has in store, but initially we were told that we had 4 cruise ships coming our way. So we have a lot of work ahead of us, but we're ready for it, and we will handle it and do the best that we can to accommodate the traveling public.
I got to ask a follow-up on the cruise ships because,
again.
yeah, I mean, these cruise ships, has there been any talk about getting in touch with the cruise lines and saying, you know what, we're not going to be ready for you guys to come into Port Everglades on Tuesday?
That's a Port Everglades question. We're in communication with Port Everglades, not directly with the cruise ships, but they all know our concerns and our challenges. And we want to make sure that what they don't do is come to the port and then unload all those passengers, bring them to the airport when we don't have the aircraft ready to take them home. So we are working with our partners at Port Everglades, also managed by Broward County, to accommodate this challenge. But as I said, we're ready for it, and we have experienced worse things in the past, and we will get through this.
And I asked the spokesperson from MIA this as well, but what is the message you have for people who are anxiously awaiting trips to or from your airport?
I would encourage everyone to communicate with their airline through social media, through the airline's website. They are very good about messaging when they're going to ramp up, what flights are going to be first, when the flights are going to be coming in. I would say that encourage all of them to directly communicate with their airlines. Also follow us on our social media channels. We have Facebook and Twitter. Our Twitter handle is at FLL Flyer, FLYER, and we will message out as much of that as we possibly can. We've been managing our social media channels 24/7 in the EOC to try and get the information out the best that we possibly can. We know it's important. People are yearning for information, and that's what we want to try and do, is make sure they know what we know when we know it.
Okay, it's a wait-and-see approach at your airport, and we can certainly respect that. You have to do what you have to do to keep everyone safe.
Greg Meyer is the spokesperson for Fort Lauderdale-Hollywood International Airport. Greg, thanks very much. Best of luck to your team there as you try to get the airport back up and running. We're all counting on you, and we look forward to an update tomorrow.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the opportunity to share what we're going through.
Thank you.